Hey, welcome back to Michael Reality Recap, your daily dose of reality TV chaos. I'm Michael, and if you are new here, buckle up because we do not hold back on this channel. We give you the truth, the tea, and all the messiness in between. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you never miss a single recap. Because these reality TV folks, they stay giving me content. Okay, y'all, we are back in the Philippines, and this time we are talking about Jovon and Annalyn. If you have been keeping up with these two, you already know what kind of episode this is going to be. Let's get into it. So we open, and Annalyn has an attitude, which at this point is just her baseline setting. I am not entirely sure what triggered it this time, but she is fully in it. And then she orders her taxi to leave without Jovon. She is just going to leave him standing there in the Philippines. Now she does go back for him, so there is that. But then we get to the real image of this episode, and I cannot move past it. Jovon in a tuk-tuk. This man is a big guy, and that tuk-tuk is a tiny vehicle, and he can barely fit inside of it. I genuinely do not know how he got in there, but he did it. For love? Respect? Okay, so Annalyn says Jovon ruined the moment, and this is where I need to pump the brakes, because here's what I keep noticing with these two. Annalyn will bring something up, Jovon will respond, he will share his opinion, and then suddenly he is the problem. She initiates the conversation, and when he actually participates in it with his own thoughts and his own perspective, she has an issue with it. You cannot ask someone to engage and then be upset that they engaged. Now, Jovon says he is putting in massive effort. Is he putting in effort? Yes. Should he get credit for that? Absolutely. Is it massive effort? I mean, let us not oversell it. You are putting in the effort that someone in a relationship should put in. That is the baseline. We appreciate it, but we are not giving out trophies for showing up. But here's the thing. Even Annalyn's own mother pulls her aside and says your pride is too much. Her mother said that. The woman who raised her looked at this situation and said, baby girl, you need to dial it back. And I completely agree with Mama on this one. Because what I keep watching is a pattern where Jovon does something, it is not quite right, so he adjusts, then it is something else, then something else, then something else after that. The goalpost keeps moving, and this man is running himself ragged trying to reach it. That is exhausting just to watch. And then, and this is the part that got me, they are in the same house, same building, same roof, and Jovon is texting her. Can we talk? He sent a text message to the woman who is physically in the same house as him, asking if they can have a conversation. That tells you everything about the communication dynamic between these two right now. Now, Annalyn says that Jovon wants her to be submissive, and I have been watching this couple, and I genuinely have not gotten that impression from him at all. What I see is a man who wants to be heard, who wants his opinion to count for something, who wants to be a participant in this relationship and not just a supporting character in Annalyn's story. That is not asking for submission. That is asking for basic partnership. And then she says he raises his voice. Y'all, I have yet to see this man raise his voice about anything. Jovon might be the most mellow person on this entire franchise. I have not seen him get excited, loud, or dramatic. This man is operating at a consistent level, 4 out of 10 energy at all times. So where exactly is this raised voice coming from? But, and this is important, we find out that Annalyn grew up with an abusive father, and that changes the context of everything. When you grow up in that environment, you learn to protect yourself. You learn to speak up. You learn to never let anyone have too much power over you. And those survival instincts are valid. They kept her safe and made her strong. The problem is when you bring those defenses into a relationship with someone who is not your abuser, sometimes you end up fighting a war that is not actually happening anymore. Jovon is not her father. He is just a man in a tuk-tuk who wants to have a conversation. There is real history here. And I think if Annalyn can actually separate the past from the present, this relationship has a real shot. And then something happened that I genuinely did not expect. Annalyn said, "I'm sorry." 2 words. And y'all, that is actually a big deal on this show. A huge deal. Because if you watch 90 Day with any regularity, you know that apologies are rare. People on this show will go full seasons without once saying, "I'm sorry." They double down, they deflect, they bring up something from 3 years ago, they do anything except apologize. So the fact that Annalyn got there, even after all the attitude and the tuk-tuk abandonment and the moving goalposts, I am giving her full credit for that. That apology matters, not because it fixes everything, but because it shows she is capable of getting there. And that is more than a lot of people on this franchise ever give us. My overall take, these two have something real. Underneath the frustration and the miscommunication and the tuk-tuk drama, there is genuine love here. But love alone is not going to be enough if they cannot figure out how to actually talk to each other. Jovon needs to feel heard. Annalyn needs to work through some things that go way deeper than this relationship. Both of those things are possible, but they have to want them at the same time. The apology was a start. Let's see if they can build on it. All right, y'all, that is a wrap on Jovon and Annalyn. Drop in the comments. Are you team Jovon, team Annalyn, or team they both need to sit down and talk like adults? Because I genuinely want to know where y'all land on this one. Hit that like button, subscribe if you have not already, and I will see y'all soon. I'm Michael. This has been Michael Reality Recap. Peace.